A mountain lion is crouched over a deer it just killed. It's the top predator on this whole mountain, fast, silent, afraid of almost nothing. Then a small speaker in the bushes plays one sound, and the lion abandons its meal and runs. The sound wasn't a wolf, it wasn't a bear. It was a recording of a person, just talking. Somebody reading, calmly, in a normal voice. That was enough to scare off an animal that fears almost nothing else in these mountains. This was a real experiment, run by biologists Leanna Zanette and Justin Sarasi. They played wild pumas two kinds of sound, the calls of harmless frogs and the voices of people simply talking. The frog calls the lions ignored. Human voices made them abandon their kills and flee more than 80% of the time. We had become the scariest sound in the forest. The most dangerous animals on the planet are terrified of us. Not our weapons, not our fire, just the sound of us talking. And once you understand why, the question flips into something stranger. Because if predators are this scared of us, why do they leave us alone at our most helpless? Asleep, in the dark, in the middle of their territory? The answer runs through a strange experiment, history's most notorious man-eaters, and a fear so powerful it reshapes entire forests without touching a single animal. Start with what makes us different. In 2015, a study in the journal Science measured how humans hunt compared to other predators. The result was staggering. Humans kill adult prey at up to 14 times the rate of any other predator on Earth. Lions pick off the weak, the old, the sick, the young. We take the strong, healthy adults in their prime. From nature's point of view, that isn't hunting. That's something it has no defense for. And we break every rule a predator is built to expect. A lion hunts when it's hungry and quits when it's full. We hunt from across a valley. We set traps that work while we sleep. We team up in the hundreds. To an animal, we're a predator with no limits and no pattern. Impossible to read, impossible to predict. The same team tested this in England, on badgers. They played bears, dogs, and humans near a pile of food. When the badgers heard bears or dogs, most of them kept eating. When they heard a human voice, many froze completely and refused to touch the food for the rest of the night. Scientists have a name for this: the landscape of fear. Animals redraw their entire world around where we might be. They feed less, move less, and go quiet in whole regions, not because we attacked them, but because we might. Some animals have rewritten their own daily schedules just to avoid us, becoming far more nocturnal in places where humans are active. And yet, here's the strangest part of all. If we're this terrifying, the night should be when the real predators finally get their chance. When we're asleep, we're slow, blind, and defenseless. So why don't they take it? For almost all of human history, sleeping outdoors should have been a death sentence. And yet, night after night, our ancestors survived it. The answer starts with the thing glowing in the middle of that camp. Fire changed everything. The voice tells a predator we're near, but fire is what keeps them back in the dark. We've controlled it for hundreds of thousands of years, and to a predator, a fire is a wall. The light, the crackle, the smell of smoke, all of it screams the one signal every animal has learned to avoid. Humans are here, and humans are the thing you don't wake up. Even our shape had trained them. We stand upright, tall, and strange, unlike any normal prey. So over countless encounters, the human silhouette came to read not as food, but as a threat to avoid entirely, awake or asleep. And crucially, we almost never slept truly alone. There was always someone stirring, a fire tended, a group that could wake as one. But sometimes the rules break. In 1898, in Tsavo, Kenya, 2 male lions started hunting the workers building a railway. Night after night, they dragged men from their tents. A 2009 isotope study of their remains estimated they killed around 35 people before they were finally shot. Worse was the Champawat tigress in India, blamed for around 436 human deaths before Jim Corbett killed her in 1907. But here's the thing about these stories. We know their names. We wrote whole books about them, precisely because they are so unbelievably rare. A predator that hunts humans is such an aberration that it becomes a legend. Now go back to that experiment with the mountain lions, because it didn't stop at making them run. When the researchers filled an area with the sound of human voices, the pumas started hunting less. They killed fewer deer. They spent less time feeding. Our voice alone was rewriting how a top predator lived. And that had a ripple effect. With the pumas nervous, smaller animals grew bolder. They came out more, ate more, changed the plants around them. A recording of a human voice, no people, no hunting, no contact at all, bent an entire ecosystem out of shape. Think about what that means. We don't have to hunt an animal to change its life. We don't even have to be there. The mere possibility of us, a sound, a scent, a memory passed down, is enough to make the wild rearrange itself around our shadow. We don't just frighten them, we haunt them. We are the ghost in every tree line, the danger that might be there even when it isn't. And this fear runs so deep that even animals we've never harmed still carry it. In national parks where no one hunts them, wildlife stays cautious anyway. The lesson has sunk below experience into instinct. Fear of us is now simply part of what it means to be a wild animal. A few animals have called our bluff. Foxes trot down our streets. Pigeons walk between our feet. Raccoons raid our bins. They've learned that most of the time, we won't do anything. But watch how fast that breaks. Move too suddenly, get too close, and the ancient alarm fires instantly. Deep down, the caution never really leaves. So come back to where we started. You, asleep. Once, that was the most dangerous thing a human could do. Tonight, you'll lie down in the dark, close your eyes, and go completely unconscious for 8 hours. And it won't even occur to you to be afraid. That peace isn't an accident. You sleep soundly because 100,000 generations of predators learned, the hard way, to leave your kind alone. The safety you feel is a debt paid in their fear. We spend so long feeling small in nature, soft, slow, clawless, sure that everything out there is stronger than us. But that's not how the animals see it. To them, we are the apex of apexes, the predator that hunts the predators, the monster the monsters have nightmares about. And maybe that should sit with us a little. The reason you can sleep in peace is that the entire wild world has agreed to stay away from you. Our safety and their silence are the same thing. We didn't become safe by being the strongest thing in the dark. We became safe by being the thing the dark learned to fear. If a recording of your voice can empty a forest, what else are we changing just by being here? We've got a whole channel asking questions like that, so stick around and we'll see you in the next one.